Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय राधा गोकुलानंद, राधा गोकुलानंद, राधे राधे। जय राधा गोकुलानंद, राधा गोकुलानंद, राधे राधे। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान। जय गौरानिताय, जय गौरानिताय, गौरानिताय, जय गौरानिताय। Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everybody together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Let us all pray to the lotus feet of their lordships. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Everybody clap your hands. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare. Bolo bolo bolo. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya 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 Jaya. Nittai 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 Gaurango. Nittai 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 Gaurango. Nittai Gaurango Jaya, Nittai Gaurango. Nittai Gaurango Jaya, Nittai Gaurango. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jai Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman. Jai Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radhe Radhe. Jai Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Can everyone please fold their hands and pay their obeisances to our beautiful deities? Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Bhagwan ki, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Gaur Nitai Bhagwan ki, Giri Govardhan ki, Narasingha Dev ki, Panchatattva ki, Guru Parampara ki, Shila Prabhupada ki, Shila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you all for coming today to Bhaktivedanta Manor. Please could you be seated? We're going to now be doing Nrsingadev prayers. Hare Krishna.
Namaste Narsinghaya. Namaste Narsinghaya. Yato yato yamitato Narsingho. Bahe Narsingho, Hirdaye Narsingho. Narsingha Madim Sharanam Prapade. Tav kar kamal vare nakham adud Narsingha. Dalita Hiranyakashipu tanu bringa. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jai Jagadish Hare. Tav kar kamal vare nakha adud Narsingha. Dalita Hiranyakashipu tanu bringa. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jai Jagadish Hare. Jayo Narsingha De, Jayo Narsingha De, Jayo Narsingha De, Jayo Narsingha De. Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Gurudev, 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 Jayo Jayo Gurudev. Narsinghadev Bhagwan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Bhaktivedanta Manor ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. So Mohan Prabhu, he just wants to share like spiritual thought for the day, 5 minutes. He just wants you to meditate on something transcendental, and then after that, kirtan and bhajan will go on. And also there's plenty of prasad, so you don't need to worry. In the Haveli, when you go down, first hall on the right hand side, there for the next couple of hours, they're going to be serving prasadam there. So if you want to stay on for the bhajan and kirtan, it's a nice way to celebrate your Good Friday. It becomes a very good Friday when you come to glorify Krishna. So Mohan Prabhu, you can share.
Hare Krishna everyone, and welcome to Bhaktivedanta Manor. How are you all finding so far today? Fantastic. So thank you all so much for coming. There's going to be some food for the belly, but I thought let me just take 5-10 minutes to share some food for the thought. It's really important. So you're all having a very wonderful time, a very wonderful period today where the kids are off school and you can all be here, and it's really nice and sunshine today, isn't it? It's wonderful. So what I want to share with you is something practical, something that you can all go with you. Kids can follow this, adults can follow this, everyone can follow this to really deepen one's spiritual experience. So in the Bhagavad Gita, it says that, our mind can either elevate us or degrade us. But similarly, the same concept can go with the people that we are surrounded by. So this concept, I call it the A, B, C, and D, and E concept. How many kids of you know your alphabets? Fantastic. So I'm going to test you today to see that. So as I mentioned again, the Bhagavad Gita says that our mind can be our best friend or it can be our worst enemy. It can either elevate us or it can degrade us. So similarly, the same could be said by those who we choose to surround ourselves with. How many of you have heard before birds of feather flock together? You've heard that? It's very, very prominent, right? So one of the first thing in the alphabet of the A, B, C, and D, and E, the first letter starts with A. And A basically simply means association. It means it's really a question of who are we surrounding ourselves with? Who are we spending the most prominent time? Now, sometimes we may find ourselves in situations where we may not get a say or get to pick who we surround ourselves with. But that's why Srila Prabhupada, our beautiful guru, he has left us with so many scriptures and books, and within those books contains personalities and many wonderful people that exemplify what it means to be a devotee, what it means to be a Vaishnav. And one thing that I can really say with you is that when your consciousness, when your mind and your heart is meditating on a particular personality, you actually start to develop and imbibe those qualities. How many of you recognize that? That when we meditate on a particular personality, we somehow or another get their blessing, we get their mercy, and we're able to learn and access those qualities in our own life. And then we feel inspired to apply it in our own life. So first is association, and we may not necessarily always have access to the most inspiring association, but that's why Srila Prabhupada has left us his books, his audios, ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, this entire community where we can infuse, inspire, and empower each other. So what does A stand for? Association. So it's really, really vital who we are surrounded by, because the wrong people can bring out the wrong in us. The right people can bring the best in us. And spiritual people can bring our spiritual potential in us. So that's for A. Next is B. What does B stand for? Bhakti. Yes, bhakti. We need bhakti. But to develop bhakti, we need to be surrounded by those who have bhakti. And another way to also access bhakti is through reading books. They say that you can't get to the next level of your life with the same old habit, a pattern of thinking that have brought you to this stage of your life. The answers are simple. Krishna's hand is in our life. We can develop bhakti. We can achieve prema. We can achieve love of God. And the books are there to broaden our horizon, to help us see that every situation and circumstances that play out in our life, Krishna has a grand plan, a better plan than we are not recognizing and seeing. And so what book does is books broaden our horizon. Books gives us access to knowledge that breathes. It gives us access to knowledge that we may not have recognized or known beforehand. And so therefore, when we read, what happens is that we broaden our vision. We develop a spiritual vision. There's a material vision and spiritual vision. Material vision is I see things as I see with my eyes. Spiritual vision is I see through the eyes of Vyasudev. I see the eyes through spirituality, that everything isn't just happening. Krishna is orchestrating something beautiful in my life. And it may not necessarily always seem like that, especially in times of difficulties, but those difficulties are the times required to be able to practice the greatest qualities of our life. So that's books. C is for chanting. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us one of the most greatest process, and that is the process of chanting. Chanting purifies our consciousness. Chanting, when Krishna says that I am the source of remembrance, I am the source of forgetfulness, that I am in the heart of every man. One way that we can really experience that and access that is through communicating with him and having a dialogue with him through the process of chanting. Chanting is a communication. Sometimes when we get on a phone call and we try and call our close relatives, the line may say line is busy. Call 20 minutes or call in half an hour. And sometimes you try and call in half an hour and they're still busy. But the beauty of Krishna is that Krishna is never busy for you. Krishna is always ready to pick up the line. If you chant with purity, with sincerity, with endeavor, that's ultimately what matters. It isn't, how many services you're doing or how many rounds you've chanted, but out of those rounds you've chanted and out of those services you've done, how much of it have you done with sincerity? With some genuine attentiveness and presence. So see for chanting. If you can chant 1 round, great. If you can chant 4 rounds, great. If you can chant 16 rounds, great. But try and chant with sincerity. Try and chant with attentiveness. Try and focus on that dialogue that you're having with Krishna that you may not get the opportunity to do so any other time of the day. So C is for chanting. What is A for? What is B for? What is C for? Fantastic, you're all listening. Great. What is D for? Okay, good. So you're with me so far. D is for dieting. And I don't mean going out and just exercising and losing weight. That's one aspect of it. But it means is that you've all have had the opportunity to have prasadam, right? And how do you feel right now? You feel jolly. Am I right? Are you awake? Have you had breakfast today? How do you feel? I can hear one person saying yes. Yeah, great. So prasadam is so important because Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita that there are food that is in the mode of passion, food that is in the mode of ignorance, and food that is in the mode of goodness. And the sort of food that we consume affects our consciousness. It affects our state of heart. It affects our ability to be able to digest information according to spirituality or according to materially speaking. So when we eat the right food, we're able to process information in a higher consciousness. So earlier on, I was saying that, everything happens for a reason. And the best time that we can really see that, understand that, and apply that is when we're actually intaking the right food into this body. Remember, when we put on a tilak, what we're also saying to Krishna that is this is a temple. This body is a temple. And you've given me this body and I need to take care of it. And I need to utilize it for your service. I need to accept what is favorable and not accept anything else that doesn't belong to me. So that's why it's really important that we offer our food to Krishna. And if you can come to the temple, great. But if you can't, learn to offer your food to Krishna. Because Krishna is a source of enjoyer. And then when we can learn to offer our food to Krishna, then we can intake that remnants. And it leaves a positive imprint in our consciousness. Are you with me? D. And then for the last one is E. E for engagement. Sometimes people say, I don't live so close to the temple. I live 2 hours. There's no service for me where I am. I only come once a month or once a year. It's fine. You don't necessarily have to. If you can come to the temple, fantastic. If you can't, learn to create a temple in your own home. And that's one thing that we had to encourage people during lockdown when they couldn't come to the temple. The temple's at your home. So create an atmosphere and environment where your children, first and foremost, can grow in a spiritual, empowering atmosphere. So then when they go to school, they give association rather than take an association. And foremost important, children follow the example of their parents. So that means we must also apply ourselves in the process of bhakti, in the process of being regulated. So that means that we try and also engage ourselves in service. And service means that whatever you do it with the intention to serve Krishna, to please Krishna. So therefore, when you think about it that way, no matter where you are, you can do service. It's not just restricted to the temple, just like Krishna is not restricted to the temple. Krishna is everywhere. It's just that this is one form of him. But Krishna is everywhere in the form of Paramatma. So wherever you are, ask yourself, what service can I do for Krishna? What service can I do for Srila Prabhupada? So A is for, B is for, C is for, D is for, E is for, and what are you going to do? The lady said it. What are you all going to do? These are practical, these are accessible, and if you do this, I promise you, you're going to feel your progress in your spiritual life. So I'll leave it with you. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of the holiday for the kids also. Make the most out of it, and we'll see you soon again. So Prashadam is being served in the Haveli. Otherwise, there's going to be Kirtan here, and the next RT will be at 7 p.m. Hare Krishna. Okay, you want me to start Kirtan? Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashacha Deshatarine Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivedanta Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Can I go fast? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ramo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, You want to sing? Yeah? No, you can sing. Come, you sing. You sing a little bit.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yeah, try. Hare. Same thing, anything. Go for it. Sing. Hare, no, that's the point actually. Someday we have to make fun of ourselves, right? Like it has to start somewhere. Go for it. You can sing. Sorry? Sing. Go for it. Don't worry. It's okay. We will not. What you can promise. Sing whatever you can. Sing about Krishna. Just have to look at him.
I can sing whatever I can, right?
Yeah. Hare.
Of course. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. बोलो श्री राधा गोकुलानंद की, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to Bhaktivedanta Manor today. It's a Good Friday, so every day is a good day when you come to see Krishna and you sing and chant and you glorify the Lord. And now we have one of our senior devotees, Sintani Dham Mataji. She's been practicing Krishna consciousness about 40 years. So she's going to share with you some instruction from Bhagavad Gita. So listen carefully because she asked a question to see if you've been listening, you see. So and also she's very knowledgeable, so you can ask her at the end, the question times, things that you want to know about the Gita, about Krishna, about Bhakti, And Krishna Dham Prabhu, her husband, is there. He's an author. He's written many, many books, Ramayana, Mahabharata, so many different books to glorifying and giving knowledge about Krishna. So we're very fortunate to have them here. So, and then 7 o'clock we will have Aarti. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So Chintamani Dhamma, please do come.
Hare Krishna. May I ask, does anyone come regularly to the temple here? Yes? Do any of you know the song Jai Radha Madhava? You do? Do you know the song? Would you like to lead us? Okay, is there anyone who feels a little brave and would like to sing Jai Radha Madhava? Would you like to, Prabhu? Does someone say yes? But I'm not hearing. Okay, I'm going to get my husband to sing Jai Radha Madhava then, because I don't want to make you all run out with my singing.
Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari.
Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodananda Vrajajana Ranjana. Yashodananda Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari. Jaya Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda Radhe. Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda Radhe. Jaya Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai. Granthra Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. So, welcome and thank you for staying for the Bhagavad Gita discussion. I call it a discussion because in the purport of 9.1, this is what Prabhupada says. We're not talking about 9.1, we're going to discuss chapter 11, text 8. And I'm sure many of you have got smartphones on you. Have you got smartphones? You can actually get Veda Base up, and I invite you to. This is the real utility of all the different facilities we have, is to use them to help us connect with Krishna. So one excellent way of using your smartphone is to bring it out now and get up Veda Base. You can type into your browser Veda Base, and an internet site will come up, which has got all of Prabhupada's books on it. And you click on Bhagavad Gita, and I don't need to instruct you, you all know how to use your smartphones better than I know. And go to chapter 11, text 8. But I just want to read you something very briefly from 9.1 purport. And I hope that this will inspire you to get involved with the discussion and not just to sit and listen passively. So this is what our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, writes in the purport of 9.1. He says, the messages of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are full of potencies, and these potencies can be realized if topics regarding the Supreme Godhead are discussed amongst devotees. So potencies. Does anyone here suffer anxiety or ill health or relationship problems or financial problems? Any of these things that plague living entities. Does it plague anyone here? Is anyone plagued by any difficulties of the mind or the body? Yeah. You used to, not anymore? Well, you're all must be. Prabhupada says 2 types of people do not have any difficulties. One is the liberated soul, and I'm sure you're all liberated souls. And the other is the fool. Because the fool is suffering, but he doesn't realize he's suffering. So we're in one, and anyone in between, the self-realized soul and the fool is suffering. But Prabhupada writes in the purport of 9.1 that the Gita is full of potencies. These potencies, the ability to free us from suffering, the ability to bring us to eternal life, the ability to help us connect with God and experience unending bliss. All these powers lie in the Gita. But we'll read Gita by ourselves, day and night, and maybe none of these things will happen for us. So the reason is we need to discuss it. We need to talk together about what the message of the Gita is. And if we talk, if we hear and repeat and ask relevant questions on the subject matter we're hearing, not on other subjects, then we will begin to release the potency of the Gita, and we'll feel that our visit to the temple actually elevates us and enlivens us and has a knock-on effect in other areas of our lives. So please do participate in the discussion today. I'm going to ask some of you to read aloud the passages and to tell me what you're understanding, because we're making the effort to come here, but if we sit passively, we're missing the chance to release the potencies of the Gita. Don't listen passively, interact. Is that okay with everyone? Yeah? And if anyone would be kind enough to sit more in that direction so that I can actually see you without having to turn my back, it would save my neck a little bit as well. Otherwise I'm going to move everything in this direction. All right, so who's got your smartphone open? You have. Fantastic, thank you. So would you be kind enough to lead us in the Sanskrit of chapter 11, text 8? So read one line and we will repeat after you. Yes, if you like, I can give you a little bit of help. I'll do it first time, then I want you to do it. I want you to participate. I'm going to get someone else to read the translation. I'm going to get you to read the purport. I want you to participate. Is that okay with everyone? Yeah? So, are you comfortable reading the Sanskrit, sir? Okay. Has anyone found the chapter 11, text 8? If anyone's got it open already? You don't have your... I think there are Gitas back there. In fact, you can have my Gita. You got it? Okay, you go ahead. You take my Gita. You can read it in English. If you read the Sanskrit, so it goes na tumam, you know, the English, the Sanskrit written in English. You're in the wrong place? Okay. Okay. Okay, you don't have, okay, then you don't know how to open the database yet. It's okay, I'm going to get one of the devotees who's got, have you got the book? You can read the Sanskrit for me? If you feel frightened, try, I'll help you. I read the Sanskrit and then I'll help you. It's chapter 11, text 8. You know, the only way we learn how to do it is by trying. And by trying, the first few times we may get it wrong. We all get it wrong. There's no shame in getting it wrong, because without trying, we never learn how to do it right. So we've got one lady here. Are you ready to do it, or would you? Okay, I'm going to get someone else to lead it, because I can lead it, but I will do everything then. Any of the ladies, you want to lead the Sanskrit? Thank you, Mataji. Go ahead. It says... No, yes. Excellent, wonderful. I'm going to say it again and you're all going to repeat after me. Natu mam sakshase drashtum. My eyes are not good. Actually, maybe Swami, you can do it because I can't see properly.
Natumam sakyasi drastum.
Natumam sakyase drastum.
Anenaiva swachakshusha.
Anuneva sachakshusha.
Divyam dadami te chakshu.
Divyam dadami te chakshu.
Pasyame yogam aishvaram.
Pashyame yogam aishvaram. Thank you. Excellent. Now we need someone to read the English translation out loud. Do you want to do that? Do you want to read it nice and loud? Wonderful. So I will read it again and you all repeat after me. But you cannot see me with your present eyes.
But you cannot see me with your present eyes.
Therefore I give you divine eyes.
Therefore I give you divine eyes.
Behold my mystic opulence.
Behold my mystic opulence.
Okay, so now I need someone to read the first paragraph of the purport. Go ahead. Actually, would you like to come up and read into the mic for me? Here, Hare Krishna, you can sit next to me and read into the mic. Go ahead.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You know, I'm cancer patient. I can't really bend my knees.
Okay.
I will be having a problem to sit. I can understand.
Hare Krishna.
A pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his form with two hands. A devotee must see his universal form by his grace, not with the mind, but with spiritual eyes. To see the universal form of Krishna, Arjuna is told not to change his mind, but his vision. The universal form of Krishna is not very important. That will be clear in subsequent verses, yet because Arjuna wanted to see it, the Lord gives him the particular vision required to see that universal form. Thank you.
That was so kind of you. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're now going to go through this paragraph, sentence by sentence. So the first sentence, Prabhupada says, a pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his form with two hands. What is Prabhupada telling us there? Who would like to put that? Who would like to repeat what Prabhupada is saying? It's by this repetition of the message of the Acharya that the message goes deep into our hearts and begins to change our hearts. We have 9 angas of bhakti. The first 2 are the most important. Shravanam here and Kirtanam, to repeat what we hear. When these 2 act together, they begin to create a magical change slowly, slowly in our hearts. So we hear and then we repeat, and then gradually our hearts begin to change. So who would like to put that? And the devotees, please, you get involved. What is that first sentence saying? For a pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his form with 2 hands.
Every devotee has a particular relationship. So here, when Prabhupada is mentioning the pure devotees, mentioning the devotee who loves Krishna in Vrindavan with his 2-hand form.
Oh, okay.
Not his 4-hand like Narayan or Vishnu, but Krishna in Vrindavan.
Okay, so you're saying that different sadhakas, different aspiring devotees may be attracted to different forms of Krishna. Like some of us may be attracted to the opulence of Lord Narayan. But he's saying a pure devotee is like the residents of Vrindavan. And the